Some dogs are just kind of dumb and happy.
Just there. Well, not even like, I guess they're all happy, but not. They don't always. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know.
There's no like mischievous.
I'm like you have no pranks. Qualities. All you do is smell. You know.
But they cuddle with you.
There's some dogs. See, I like other dogs. I don't like all dogs. I don't. You know what I mean? They have to.
This is all going on the podcast. By the way.
Are you guys?
No, I don't know.
I am. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Oh no! I'm on the record. The whole world's gonna know.
Oh shit! Hey, so which one are we starting with today, Nate?
You're the one who's introing it today.
I intro and then we do Blondie first?
Yeah.
Cool. That was such a good fucking album. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I've never listened to any Blondie before, and I
really liked it. Classics. Yeah. There's the most classics on that one, I think.
I only knew One Way or Another. That was it.
You didn't know Heart of Glass?
No, that one I did, but I didn't know it was her. I didn't know it was Blondie.
Whoa.
Oh, you think it was Miley Cyrus?
No, I just thought it was some like random 80s artist, and I was like, I don't know who this is. But I love that song.
Yeah. There's another really great one on there, too.
Neither of those are my favorite, though.
Which one's your favorite?
All right.
We're not there yet.
Yeah, we got to get into it. Okay.
This is No Singles, a podcast where we discuss albums from front to back in an attempt to promote comprehensive album listening. My name's JR.
I'm Nate.
And I'm Vivian.
Hey, Vivian. What's up? So, Vivian, what are your bona fides?
I've always loved and listened to as much music as I can. I started writing songs when I was 5 and have played in bands since college. Most recently, I started a duo with my partner where I've been singing original songs and playing cello at the same time. Thanks.
That's sick.
Yeah. I didn't think I could do it, but it's not impossible. It's kind of like when they say, like, patting your head and rubbing your stomach, like playing cello while singing. I mean, it's probably similar to like playing bass, doing melodies and singing a different melody.
Yeah. What does your partner do in the band?
Guitar.
Cool.
Liam stuff, yeah.
Liam of the fictionals?
Yes, Liam of the fictionals.
And Living Things.
Liam, yes. I will probably call the duo that too. I've called it that
cool.
I've called it that for like 10 years. It's
cool.
not, it's people should start new like names of bands when they start new projects, but I've never done that. I've been too lazy.
Blondie did the same thing.
Really?
So,
yeah. Keep a brand. Love it. Yeah. I guess the last thing I have is I also have an MA in music business from NYU and have worked a few music industry jobs. So
that's so cool.
Thanks. So cool. Yeah. So
you also booked us with Mandy's Dreaming last year. That was like one of our first gigs, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So super cool to have you here.
An industry insider.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
A bona fide New Yorker.
Yeah.
You're done? You going home?
I think our work is done here.
That's the podcast.
Notes. Cool. Nice. So, let's see.
Cool. Well, thanks for being here. You're a second guest.
I'm honored.
What are some of your favorite albums / artists, whatever?
Overall, of all time.
Is This It by The Strokes.
Show Nate your earrings.
I know. Yeah. Cool. Too bad this won't be on the podcast, but I'm wearing...
Maybe you could put it on the Instagram.
They're like super conductor, whatever, super collector image on the album cover. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the album cover in my earrings. I bought them on Etsy from this gal in rural Europe. So she's pretty awesome.
Cool.
And I love these. Another one is Wet Leg's self-titled album. Their only album so far.
You've also got a Wet Leg.
And I do. And Live Through This by Hole, which I'm not wearing
by who?
By Hole.
I don't know who that is.
Courtney Love, Kurt Cobain's wife.
Yeah. Wait, you haven't?
I haven't listened to that yet.
We'll have Hole on some point.
Holy
Hole
shit!
Is pretty good.
Yeah.
Cool.
And the reason why I love those albums is because I think every single song on those albums, or almost every single song, is a great song. I think that's really rare.
Like a no skip.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe one or two, especially with Wet Leg, every single song on there. Like, I only skip one just to be picky.
Got you.
But they're all great. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's a really good collection of music.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It is.
I like all that stuff. Definitely will like Hole. I mean,
you will, yeah. She's great. She gets a bad rap sometimes for being insane. But
Courtney Love goes off sometimes. And like, just don't do it.
Yeah.
Jared's wearing a distortion shirt.
Yeah,
nice.
it's the DS1.
Yeah, we got a Wet Leg shirt, a DS1 distortion shirt,
Frasier,
and a Frasier clothing shirt.
Did you have this one made too?
Yeah, I had this.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Nate has all these tank tops.
Yeah.
They're all black, cut off tank tops like that, and he like has them made by like companies and stuff. He's got Fraser. You've got
Oh, who else do I have? I've got Clara Bow.
Is that the girl driving the car?
Yeah, I got Clara Bow. Yeah, I've got Christopher Hitchens, and I've got
There's a black and white picture of a girl.
I've got
too.
Patti Smith.
Yeah.
You don't have any shows coming up or anything, do you?
Maybe one at Oak and Iron in Greenpoint.
Cool.
This girl we know, Emily. I don't know if you know Emily.
Yeah.
She's doing her residency. I don't know.
How to say their last name.
She's
got a residency there?
Yeah, her residency's there, and like she and Liam were just DMing about it last night. So I don't even. Who knows? We only have a few songs ready right now, so we'd have to get our shit together.
Please let us know.
Okay,
I would love to go see that.
Yeah. It'd be our first one, my first show in like years. So that'd be
debuting the hollow, or not the hollow cello. They're all hollow.
It's actually an electric cello, so it's not. It's not hollow. It just so happens. Yeah. Maybe a few songs on cello. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would.
Mine's also very cheap, and I love how cheap it is because I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, it has the form.
Yeah, but that's all aesthetics and for like to pretend, just because how you play it.
Yeah,
it's like I'd be like, what?
It'd be weird to like.
I'd be like, I'd be very spatially confused.
You're right, exactly. Throw off the playing.
Yeah. I guess that electric guitars are they shaped like that? I don't know. There's probably like hardware in there.
They're just shaped like that because
of
the classical guitars. That's the only.
Got it. So like because I've seen.
Yeah, because then you have the flying V and the log.
I was literally about to bring up the log.
Yeah.
Les Paul's like weird design in the beginning of the days. It was just a piece of wood.
Yeah.
Like
that's
this
so
big,
cool.
like a lap steel, but he.
Yeah.
Dang,
we dropped the Les Paul episode last night.
Yeah, I know. Thank goodness, dude. My mom was so psyched to listen to it today.
We got it off in time.
I know.
I'm glad that they fixed my laptop.
Yeah, we're back on track. Thank you, Micro Center. This episode is sponsored by. This podcast is sponsored by
Micro Center. Go to Brooklyn, Micro Center. It's over by Red Hook. What, Industry City or whatever is where it is? Yeah, Micro Center.
Should we get into all this stuff?
Yes.
Yeah. So the first album I picked. Parallel Lines by Blondie.
Great album. Holy shit.
What's your relationship, JR? What's your relationship
Blondie?
to Blondie? Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't even know. It's just like, she's huge. She's humongous. Everyone knows Blondie. I can't remember the first time I ever heard of her, but I feel like my parents have just like known Blondie and spun her records at some point.
She is Debbie Harry, and the band is Blondie.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're like what are they during this album? A 6-piece? People
five
go in
piece.
and out of the band.
It's constantly.
A 5-piece. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
My mom was always a huge Blondie fan.
Yeah.
Listened to them a lot growing up. My mom saw them in concert like a few years ago.
Cool.
And Debbie is a much older gal these days, and my mom was like, "Oh, she's just." It's not the same because I know because people when they it's a thing like when people age sometimes like it affects your vocal cords like
it gets turned into this.
Yeah. I don't think it's even so much from like maybe it's from smoking
one way or another.
I think but your voice lowers. It's so fascinating. It must be really hard for singers to age. It's probably a hard reality.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's nice, like Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Only got, like it's like a fine wine. His
he
voice
could lean into that,
Right.
Because
it's like
he was
all
always
country.
If you're like going falsetto, like it is hard to maintain. Once you're older.
Right.
Yeah, and it's always hard when you're on tour, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even like what Paul McCartney was hitting high notes like into his 70s, and now finally, like I'm starting to see him.
Yeah.
In live shows, like not hitting stuff anymore.
He is in fact a human being, not an angel from music heaven. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
not yet.
I refuse to believe that, but. But yeah, so you grew up listening to Blondie?
Yeah. It's just my mom always talked about her and probably tried to emulate her as being a rock and roll blonde lawyer.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first song you ever heard by Blondie?
Was actually one way or another, I heard it on the Rugrats movie.
Oh,
I've been a fan ever since I was like 5, maybe 3.
God,
Yeah.
That's a deep cut of a movie.
Yeah.
Wow, that shit was good.
Yeah.
Did you see it in the theater?
No, I saw it in my friend's living room.
Cool.
Yeah, I remember her, sitting on the carpet and being like,
Literally
Hell yeah.
Rugrat watching the Rugrats.
Yeah.
Cool. Wow.
Yeah, that's probably their most
Funny.
well-known
It is.
song.
Yeah. I can guarantee you that's the first song I heard by Blondie.
The lyrics are funny too. They're like very stalker. I love it. Yeah.
What?
She's
I don't
dedicated.
want to get into it.
Yeah, we'll get into it
before we get into the song. But yes, she is a dedicated stalker. Okay, Blondie, dude, Blondie.
12 tracks.
I was gonna go into there.
Just ignore me. I'm just excited.
Blondie formed in 1974 when Debbie Harry and Chris Stein, who were dating, started the band. Originally, they were in the Stilettos, but split off to form their own thing.
The Stilettos is a great band name, by the way.
That's another great band name. Yeah. And they bounced around to a few names like Snake and something else. But they landed on Blondie because people would catcall Debbie Harry from the audience.
Huh.
And
like
That's
just like walking
backstory.
around New York too. Right?
So they would catcall her with Blondie. So then they were just like, let's just lean into it and name the band Blondie.
Own it.
When they formed Blondie, they picked up Billy O'Connor on drums and Fred Smith on bass, both ex-Stilettos members. I'll name check the people on the album, but I'm not going to keep going because immediately after that,
right?
Everybody by 1975, everybody had quit the band except for Stein and Harry, and they had to build the band all the way back up again. And people had, because they were playing at CBGB, and what's the other one? Max's Kansas City. They were leaving the band to go play for television or to replace Richard Hell in whichever band Richard Hell was in. I'm sorry. And do all they were all going off to do other legendary New York rock and roll shit.
Right.
And anyways, but then Blondie, kept playing Max's Kansas City and CBGB. And then their first album comes out and stuff. But this, we're talking about Parallel Lines, is their third album. Blondie started writing this album after they were touring their second album, Plastic Letters, which introduced their punk new wave sound. And on the tour, they met producer Mike Chapman and their manager and Chrysalis Records.
Chrysalis?
Chrysalis Records convinced Chapman to get on board for their third studio album.
Mm-hmm.
They recorded at the Record Plant, which other people have recorded there, amongst a million people, are New York Dolls, Bruce Springsteen, Metallica, Eagles, Eminem, Beyonce. They shut down last year.
Oh,
that sucks.
That place went out of business last year. But the Record Plant was in New York. It moved to LA at some point, but it was in New York when they recorded there. Chapman, their producer, said that they were the worst band he'd ever worked with in terms of musical ability. With the exception of Frank Infante being incredible on guitar. He said that he was one of the best guitarists he'd ever worked with.
Wait, so is that the guy doing the guitar solos?
So I think
he's
the one
it wasn't even Chris. He must have been
Frank.
That was probably what happened.
Well, have you seen pictures of Chris from recent years?
No, is it
He's
bad?
got this silver mop of hair. No, he looks
awesome.
He looks awesome. Unless it's a wig, But he looks.
It might be.
He looks.
You can tell when it's a wig.
Silver mop of hair with sunglasses on. He's sitting back in a seat and stuff, and I'm like, this guy knows that he's classy.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, so they got through the recordings because Chapman was a very experienced producer, in particular, in the studio. But it led to a lot of infighting. None of the band got along except for Stein and Harry, and Chapman kind of was kept on making them do things over and worked with them one-on-one on improving on their instruments because they weren't, in his opinion, very musically gifted. Burke on the drums credits Kraftwerk and the Bee Gees for his sound on the album, which makes a ton of sense. Yeah. The album artwork. Ito Bertoglio. Ito Bertoglio photographed the band, and while they rejected it as the album cover, their manager decided to just go with it anyway.
Oh shit! Really?
So the entire band said they did not want this to be the album cover, and their manager was like, "Well, I know better," and just did it. And now
went behind their back.
It's a great album cover.
It's an iconic album cover.
I wonder what they wanted instead.
And there's even parallel lines on it.
I'm assuming that they did like a photo shoot, and there were a lot of different photos, and maybe they wanted something else from there, or maybe they wanted just another photo shoot.
I think it works really great with the album.
It works great. Their manager, and this is one of the most recognizable album covers. Like, I know this wherever I go.
Yeah, and it looks like a piano.
Yeah,
it's all black and white. Like the costuming is great.
Does she have a red dress on too? Right?
She has a white dress on.
White dress.
And the rest of them are in suits, like black and white.
It's red lettering, but I always think that she's in a red dress when I'm not. Yeah.
Huh.
The name Parallel Lines comes from a song that Harry wrote that they just didn't use on the album.
Cool.
Before we get into it, the album, they recorded the whole thing. They were all stressed out. They hated it. They were all passed out on the floor in the studio when Chapman is leaving with all of the tapes at like 6 a.m. He's like, I'm bringing this to the label. And like, the label's not going to be happy with this. He gets to the label and they go, and they listen and they go, you're going to have to re-record the entire album.
Oh,
and Chapman,
no way.
Yeah, and Chapman was like, there's enough singles on this thing. This thing flows well. It is going to sell like crazy to the public. You hired me to produce this thing. I am confident that it's going to work. And so the label was like, fine, we'll back off because we did pursue you for this. And so Chapman on his own convinced them to put the album out. Otherwise it wouldn't have come out.
Dude, going up against the label, hell yeah.
That's
yeah. And he was right. I mean, this thing...
Yeah. I wonder what they didn't like about it.
I mean, listening to it, maybe it's also like all these years later, this became ingrained in what we listen to now.
Yeah.
So we don't hear it as much, but like maybe back then it was like...
Right. I mean, it was just like the raw takes too. It was before anything was put together. So maybe...
That's true, yeah. Yeah, before
that can sound way
like,
worse.
Put some stuff on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Especially to like, I mean, I'm sure they had trained ears for this kind of stuff, but they weren't there during the process and they couldn't know what would happen or how it would sound later. You can't really know until you hear it.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't. Thank God that they came out with this album.
So I looked all around online for like just like the guitar information. I couldn't find too much stuff, but Frank Infante uses a Les Paul Gold Top.
Okay.
I don't know what year. That's just what he's using on all his guitar solos.
What do you think of that guitar?
It's nice. Too heavy.
Too heavy. Okay.
Beautiful guitar, but I don't know if I'd own one.
Say that you're using it in the studio to record an album, though.
Yeah, if I'm sitting down, why not? Why not? Chris Stein uses a 1956 Fender Strat, and also there's a lot of 12-string bits on there and uses a Rickenbacker 425.
Oh, cool.
Which is...
Yeah.
It gives that jangly, that jangly goodness everybody loves. Two great guitars, especially that Strat. All right, we'll just like...
Do you have a hard out or anything? Do you need to be on your rest? Okay.
I mean, I'm going to a show tonight, but I don't know if until 8. I'm going to go see Tea Eater, LA Witch, and Daystar.
Tea Eater's great.
TVI. I haven't been to TVI in like years.
Cool.
So. Yeah, I love Tea Eater. She's my friend.
No way.
She's like, I mean, I know I'm on the record, but like the cool older cousin that I never had, like she's awesome.
She seems really
I don't know her that well, but that's like kind of, I look up to her a lot. She's awesome.
Tea Eater?
Yeah, Tara.
I'll sing you some music.
Okay.
Yeah, they're great. Their music is so, they don't take themselves seriously, like too seriously kind of thing, like really humorous subjects. Like they have songs about waffles.
Oh,
and the DMV and a little white dog in a gated community, like they're just, I love a not serious song. Like they don't have to be serious,
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, they're good. Funny. We'll have to go see them.
Yeah. And they're so entertaining live. Yeah, they're in, there's a lot of members in Gustav. More people have heard of Gustav. I mean, they're a local band that just toured with LCD Sound System.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's their other project.
Cool, they're making moves.
Yeah. Oh, they're great. Yeah.
Well, LCD comes up in my notes later. So.
Ooh, there you go.
That's pretty cool. Hanging on the telephone?
Yes.
Yeah, hanging on the telephone.
Wow, what a great intro track.
Yeah, and I mean, the telephone sounds at the very beginning, like, so ahead of their time. I mean, obviously, it's a song about the telephone.
Yeah, there's a song "Telephone Line" by ELO that it starts with a similar thing.
Yeah,
but it very slowly goes into that song, and this one goes like beep beep.
It ramps up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it jumps right in on this.
What do you guys think about them starting the album with a cover?
This is wait. What's this a cover of?
It's a song by The Nerves.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I wonder whose choice that was. That's so interesting how it was written by a man. I can't get my head around that. Like, if I don't get your calls and everything goes wrong, I want to tell you something you've known all along. Actually, that actually makes a little more sense.
Are you finding the Nerves version of it?
I'm trying to.
So now, after listening to the Nerves, we realize that this is like a more cleaned up version of the same song.
Really polished.
Yeah.
I like it more than the original, personally.
Yeah.
There's just more depth to it.
Yeah.
Right? The other one's just like some garage rock kind of shit, which is not bad. It's just like Blondie's elevating this to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
That they're kicking it up a notch. I'll talk about it afterwards too, but like this is them getting more into pop and going a little more away from like new wave and punk. And this is like kicking off the album.
Yeah.
Very like, this is our sound.
At like 40 seconds in, one of the guitars is going.
Yeah.
It's just a really nice touch.
There's some like good guitar work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a very dramatic ending too, I thought.
Yeah, she does the whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Oh, the backing vocals are like trashy and loud too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One Way or Another, a song that everybody
Fucking classic.
knows.
So good. Yeah. Wow, this song, that middle section is so killer.
Yeah.
It's got everything the Strokes have. They have it in that little minute chunk.
Yeah, you're right. It's very Strokes-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they transition back to the original theme just flawlessly.
I mean, this is the second song in the album.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
Yeah. Harry was one of the writers on this song too, and she happens to be the writer on all of the hit songs on the album. So she's, got something. She knows what she's doing. She got some big brains.
Yeah.
You don't just casually write all the hits on the album.
Yeah.
Right?
The guitar tone is really good on this song too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Her raspy vocals are so expressive and energetic on this, especially. I mean, they're always great, but I think here especially they shine. Some of the lyrics are interesting too. Lead you to the supermarket checkout, some specials in rat food.
Yeah.
Which I can't even begin to guess.
Rat food.
What she's talking about? Yeah.
I mean, it's not rat poison. It's not. That's
Yeah,
when you hear rat and something ingested, you think rat poison. So I don't, very, very descriptive, I thought.
The bass is super bouncy.
Oh, yeah.
The instrumental track versus the melody that she's singing with.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they follow each other during the like pre-choruses and stuff.
Yeah.
But like the way that she must have come up with One Way or Another on top of that guitar is like pretty great. Yeah.
Everything is interplaying in a really nice way.
Yeah.
Nothing sticks out,
It's such like you listen to the song and it's so, I mean, you just kind of groove along with it, but think about like the writing of it, it's probably a little difficult to write this, like to think of that melody to go with that guitar part.
I think so.
Yeah. It's like secretly like they're making it look easy. Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the part that I wrote down, wah, 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 is that. It's so great. Yeah.
One way or another.
It almost sounds like an old phone, like it's like disconnected or something, almost.
Yeah.
Right? So it's kind of going back to hanging on the telephone.
Yeah, sort of continuing from the last song.
Yeah.
And then we go into Picture This.
I really like this song. Oh my god, what a great song.
Yeah, her vocal performance in the chorus is just incredible. Especially there for this song. And then more great lyrics. Starts with "All I want is a room with a view." Me too.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, and more humorous lyrics too. Like, the rat food was really funny in the last song, but picture this, a sky full of thunder. Picture this, my telephone number. Like, I just think that's so funny. Like, she's so sassy. Like, oh, here, like, call me,
Yeah.
Like, hiding it in poetry,
She paints like a really nice like visual picture in my mind of like whatever the hell she's singing about. It's like, hey, Blondie, I know exactly what you're trying to like. It's landing, it's hitting.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, definitely. And I just like how subtle it is because she's not trying to slap him across the face with anything or whoever this is for.
Yeah.
I just really like that part. And then one last lyric. There's a lyric that says, "Get a pocket computer."
Yeah.
Did they predict the future?
I mean,
That's a iPhone.
I think that was like a term for calculators back then.
No way! Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, is this Blondie or Zoe Deschanel singing in this song?
Wow.
Wow.
Or is it Debbie Harry singing on every She and Him album? You know, she started it. Zoe just picked it up.
Right. You're so right.
When this cuts in the guitar at the beginning, do you ever listen to the Traveling Wilburys album? Yeah, the guitar sounds so much.
Yeah,
like whoever it is who's playing it, because there's a million.
I don't know which one's
all
playing
five
that
of them
line.
are playing guitar on that album, but somebody, Jeff Lynne or George Harrison or somebody on that album has a tone that's just like this. Yeah.
He's pushing the mids up on it. A lot of it, like in the solos and stuff, it's like Brian May. Sounds.
Yeah. You're
High
talking
mids.
about that, especially
nice.
on the solo.
It just like when you do that, it pops out the guitar sound over the recording of the band.
Yeah.
I'm always a big fan. Oh, like halfway through the song, there's like this really cool dissonant like little bridge or something.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that's really well done, and they hang on it just long enough.
Mm-hmm.
And pop right back into the original theme.
Yeah.
It's some good songwriting, guys. Like
this whole album is full of like good songwriting.
Yeah. And
Also,
I'd never heard the song before.
Oh yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you
Same.
off.
Yeah. No, you're right. Like none of us had ever dove into this album before.
No, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anything that's like not a hit on this, I feel like oh, this is the first time I'm hearing this song.
Yeah.
There's like a couple that I've heard before, but that's it. What's the
Fade
Away and Radiate?
What a great song name.
Yeah.
What a vibe switch up. Whoa.
Yeah.
Sounds like a death march or something in the beginning. It's
Yeah.
cool. It's very cool.
The Ooh Baby reminded me of Britney Spears. But,
but
really the song is just so much more Bowie. I never thought I would say.
Oh, well.
Britney Spears and Bowie in the same sentence.
Yeah, I heard as the song like kicks off at the beginning, I'm like, is this like a Pink Floyd intro?
Yeah,
to the
that's
song?
actually
It's like,
it's Pink Floyd. Yeah.
it's so like they take their time building that song up to actually getting all the instruments in there. This is like the most like quote unquote experimental track on the album.
I think so.
I might say.
One of them.
The bass, I don't know. Like it reminds me of some kind of like cartoon, maybe like a little like walking toad.
Yeah.
Walking toad. Yeah.
Like maybe like a stop motion, like like a or like one of those paper flip.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Flipbook. Yeah.
And it's definitely a toad walking on its two legs like a person. That's what I
looking
hear.
all mad.
Yeah.
Who is it? It's
Covered in warts.
Nigel Harrison.
Yeah. Yes. Specifically. Yeah. Nigel Harrison. That's the bassist.
He's the bassist.
Cool.
So he's the person.
Yeah, good
The
shit.
genius behind this.
Yeah. The bass like is right where it needs to be in the song because like when they're doing like those big sounds at the beginning is like boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
Then, dude, Frank is like putting those weird supermodal guitar solos in there, and that is like making the song for me. It is so like right there in the pocket of this song.
Yeah.
And it just sounds like mean, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna play some crazy licks right here, right now.
It sounds like something that would be in Rocky Horror to me.
Oh, dude, yes.
Yeah.
Like during when they're descending somewhere worse, this is when they play this song.
Yeah.
Blondie Horror.
Yeah. Yeah.
Frankenfurter is like screaming some shit.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, they go into this like white people like took reggae and made their own kind of sound. Like Elvis Costello and like the Police and stuff did their own sort of spin on reggae music. They have that at the very end, the last like 40 seconds.
What do you think about that?
It's great. I think like if it were me, I'd be like, we need to do that for the bridge. But they're like, we had this like fun thing that we came up with. We can put it at the end of this song, this like experimental song. We'll put it at the end of the experimental tune, and then we'll get it out of our system. And that's all they did. It's so cool.
It is.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the flow of the album so far? Are all these songs like working in conversation?
I think that this could derail it, but because Pretty Baby is next,
oh man,
because the way they end this song, they ended on this like upbeat feel, and then it goes into Pretty Baby. It works great. I mean, like they are keeping this on track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. What do you think?
It's really good. I think like this weirdness is like put in the right spot. They've established their sound 3 songs into it, and they're like, "Hey, we can do some weird shit, but we're not gonna lose you. We're just like a." By the way, we're not just this. We can do other stuff.
By the way, we're fans of David Bowie, Britney Spears, and Pink Floyd.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly. And then they pop out something like "Pretty Baby," and it's like, wow.
Yeah, Pretty Baby.
Wow.
Yeah. Is that a reference to the movie?
The movie.
Pretty Baby with Brooke Shields? Like her first...
I haven't
Oh, when did
heard
it
of
come
that.
out? When did
Oh,
Pretty Baby come
I mean,
out?
I think... Oh, I don't know. I assumed it was way before the song.
It could be.
It's like Brooke Shields' first movie, and she's like a child playing the daughter of a prostitute in New Orleans, like in the 20s. That's not when the movie was filmed. That's when it took place.
It came out the same year.
That sounds really cool.
So it probably wasn't just because probably not. I feel like usually it's a year. Like the movie has to come out a few years at least before
it's
a
not
song
in
comes
the
out.
movie, is it?
This song, no, it just has the same name.
Yeah.
But they're 2 very common words. That's the first thing that came to mind.
I kind of wonder if there was like some riffing on that though that they did.
But the year I wonder when was this album recorded though?
That's true. This is recorded in 78.
Okay.
This is recorded about 2 months before they put it out.
Okay, got it. So it's possible.
It's possible, yeah, that somebody somewhere was like, we could sell this based on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Record labels.
It's been stuck in my head though. I also had never heard this song before.
It's an earworm.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This is one of my favorites on the album.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
I love her spoken word too. It's also very
when
musical.
She intros it.
What did she say?
I don't know. I forget what she says. I could look up the lyrics. But she's in the beginning, but also I think later on too. At first I was going to say it was in the beginning, but it's like in the middle of the song too.
Yeah, she does it again.
Let's see lyrics.
It starts with "Stars live in the evening, but the very young need the sun."
And I just think it's a very like much appreciated pick me up after the last song.
Yes.
Yeah.
We get right back into it. Also when she sings "The boys were falling like an avalanche," so is the guitar melody after it. Like it's descending, but kind of like not completely descending, kind of like
they're in conversation.
Exactly. But how an avalanche falls, it doesn't just go down like fall with gravity. It falls with the snow and
cool.
Snow picks up and everything.
Rolling
so
over itself.
Cool.
Yeah.
I find it really cool.
Yeah.
I noticed that Chris Stein and Debbie Harry were the 2 songwriters on this one.
Right.
I don't know if that was the part he was playing, but I don't know. They're very much in conversation.
It doesn't sound like the Strat. It could. Who knows?
Yeah,
he could be playing the Gibson on there.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you said, very much in conversation with each other.
It's like that, like cascading, descending.
Yeah.
Like an avalanche crumbling away. Dude, that is such a good note.
Thanks.
They're switching up the regular beat to halftime and then back in there somewhere.
Yeah.
I think
that's
that's
like a way to get your
good songwriting.
to like start headbanging. Yeah. Dude, they're whipping this out at CBGB.
Oh,
People are like,
my
just,
God.
like, jumping up and down. Oh man.
It just gave me goosebumps.
This is like they've got like some sort of like Shirelles style like backing vocals while she like croons in front of it. It's so good.
Yeah.
Like the vocals on this are to me like the standout.
Oh, she matches the guitar melody in the outro, which is really nice.
Yeah, the end is so good for this one. Yeah.
Yeah, they do that fade out and she's like hitting the highs of her voice, but while it's going away.
Yeah.
I know, but I don't know.
Oh my god, I love this one. Wow, what the hell? This is great.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorites.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's like Rush-esque.
I thought it was very B-52s.
Oh, yeah.
Like someone add this to a Halloween playlist. It
Yeah.
belongs there. But I was really surprised when I heard this. I thought it was like a more modern song in my algorithm. I was like, like the very beginning when they're talking to each other. I don't know.
Dude, that could be any like hip hop or rap song.
Yeah,
or, like, some weird indie song.
Yeah, I was thinking hip hop. I was just very
she said she's
surprising.
like, I don't know, and he's like,
Yeah.
And then the drums hit in.
The drums hit.
Oh wow.
The drums hit and they're really good. But then when the guitar joins in and then it's just this whole
it's in Lydian. It's this weird like sci-fi spacey kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
Right, like punk Jetsons.
It's something that heavy too. I think like nowadays, if it was being made, you'd have like some guy coming in like, you know,
Wait, on his guitar or
no,
just
like,
doing
like,
that?
like doing that. Like
we can just go on the street and hear that.
yeah, that guitar, you know? And in this song, they're like, it's just the two of them going, I know, but I don't know.
Same, yeah.
I mean, it's in a great spot, right? Like they have that really nice Pretty Baby sound.
Right.
Then they go to this, and I'm like, this is weird.
They start experimenting a little bit again. Yeah.
So you're going like back and forth between like familiar Blondie and then some weird shit on Fade Away and Radiate, and then back to Blondie, and then like they're just mixing it up. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, they still find time to have a really cool solo in this.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
But this song is mostly, I think, the instrumentals. This is like...
This is an instrument song.
Yeah.
Which is nice, because Pretty Baby was all about the vocals, and she's really holding it down.
That's
and
true.
Then it's like, oh, hey, I have a band behind me, everyone.
Right.
This is what they can do.
For this being hailed as such like a pop album, this song and 2 songs prior were not pop songs by any means. So, yeah, that's pretty cool.
What the hell are they talking about in this song?
I tried to read the lyrics, and then I got a little dizzy.
I know, I don't know.
Yeah, it's all a mystery, locked out without a key. Now I care, but I don't care, and I know, but I don't see.
And I don't care that you don't know, I think is great.
Yeah. I'm your dog, but not your pet.
That's a good one, yeah.
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 It reminds me of Go Home, the band. Local
Shout out
band
Go
here.
Home.
Yeah,
Oh
their Wild Dog song.
Yeah.
11:59?
Yes.
Yeah.
Side note, the first time I heard this song, I was on the train and I looked up and it was like 11:55.
Oh.
And I was like, whoa, this is cool.
But it wasn't right on.
No, it wasn't right on, but it was close.
Was it 11:55 at night?
No, in the morning.
I think this is 11:59 at night.
You think so?
Based on the lyrics, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I really like this song.
11:59.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's about not wanting the day to end or something.
I get that.
Yeah, she says, unless you wrote down some of the lyrics.
Today can last another million years. Today could be the end of me. It's 11:59 and I want to stay alive.
Yeah.
So there's a
Alive
little
in
bit
this
of
day.
that. Yeah. Or maybe, I don't know, I kind of got a little bit of like, struggling to stay afloat too. Kind of in love with the excitement of life.
It's New York. It's exciting and hard to like make sense of. So it's like...
Yeah. And I felt like this was also Halloween-y, kind of like a musical number.
Yeah.
Rocky Horror again. Like great guitar in the chorus again. I think it really propels the song forward. The organ reminds me of like a Rolling Stone by Bob Dylan.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
That's what I thought of. And great piano in this song. There's organ and piano, I think. I don't remember hearing piano, at least not this like forward in the song in any of the other songs.
It might be the first time it pops up in the album.
Yeah.
This chord progression is incredible. It is so well crafted. It's just not. I wouldn't have thought to write like this progression. Dude. It's interesting.
I know they are such a musically talented band.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how much of that is to be attributed to Chapman in the studio. Honestly, I need to go back and listen to their first 2 albums.
Yeah.
Because this thing is like so well crafted. This song is so well crafted.
It is.
Too, but like the whole album is.
The kick drum is like coming through the mix really well. I like that. Yeah. Gives like a nice driving feel.
Yeah, the way they end the song is incredible.
Oh, yeah.
These are my favorite lyrics on the whole album for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Hanging on a frequency and burning like a fire. Boy, you've got the motion down. It's getting late. I'm tired and I've lost control. That's cool.
I like the first lyric. Leaning in your corner like a candidate for wax.
Yeah.
Like, she's on display. I think I kind of interpreted that as like a candidate, like she's going to be a wax figure.
For
like
wax figure
yeah,
for everybody
yeah.
to see.
Yeah, like
Vivian, that's cool.
Yeah. But not her, like not her herself. Like someone will recreate her as a wax figure.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then predicting the future again, I'm sure she's wax figures everywhere in museums,
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah, and then sidewalk social scientists don't get no satisfaction from your cigarette.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's sung really well too, from your cigarette,
Yeah. This would be great live. This would be so much fun to see live.
This is like the breakout song you play first at CBGB.
Yeah.
Start the set with this.
And it's probably another song for her, like easy for her to sing still, or
Right.
lower range, mezzo, whatever.
Yeah.
Will anything happen? Pretty good ending too.
Mhm.
This is my favorite one on the whole album.
Really?
Yeah.
Will
Yeah.
anything happen?
Just gives like a I don't give a shit vibe. It's fast. It's
Yeah.
angsty.
It's 3 minutes.
Yeah.
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 In and
Very
out.
short for
Yeah.
them. I love the legato sung part of the chorus, followed by staccato guitar. It's like
Yes.
the two complementing parts are
Yeah,
always talking
yeah.
back to each other like a bickering couple. I mean, they weren't it wasn't Chris and Debbie, the writers on this, but it just kind of reminded me of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really like the lyric. You always said that you would never change, like the people that you've met and the places that you've been.
There's a solo in the middle, a guitar solo, but it's the drum solo.
It's the drums like freaking out with the guitar slowly going over it. It's so
cool.
Good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then they just break right back into the original theme. Like this is a band that understands how to do a transition, and I think if you have your transitions down like this, like that's the hardest part about, I think, like writing an album and playing sets live.
Yeah. I love the backing vocals when they cut in.
Oh yeah.
And then they go away, and I really want more of them. That's like my one little complaint about the song is I know that they're in there shortly to serve a purpose.
Yeah.
But I really like them.
Well, where would you add it in if you could?
I don't know.
Just anyway.
But I'm saying like that whenever they hit, I'm really paying attention and I'm having a good time.
Mhm.
And then they take them away right away.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but I really liked that. That was really good.
At the very end, there's literally just 17 whole seconds of like feedback ringing out to end the song, which is cool.
Yeah. Which would be a cool way to end the album, and they don't. Things still go.
I think this would have been a great final track instead of Just Go Away.
But that's Just Go Away is such a funny last track.
I know.
You're like,
Just go
okay,
away.
get out now. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's over.
I didn't think about that because I also have notes on like I want a different last track on this album.
Definitely.
Yeah. But Sunday Girl is next.
She sings in French in this song, right?
So we've covered this song before on She and Him.
Oh my gosh, dude! That's why I'm like, why does this?
What do we do? She and Him Volume 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. They do a cover of this on
that's
She and
right.
Him Volume 3.
That's right.
And
Because the French part, it's the same exact lyrics, just in French.
Yeah, but it's Zooey Deschanel making it French. This is like clearly. This is very much like Zoe, like to having her.
Yeah.
The problem being their cover is so close to this. I don't think there's a point to it. I don't think there's a purpose.
No, she wanted to play the song for the band
because this is so close to what they did. But
even to the hand clap, everything, every little
This is
thing.
more rocked out than the She and Him version.
I like this one more.
This is
way
better,
more.
and that's why I'm like, there's no reason for the other version to
Yeah.
exist. No offense to She and Him, but like, yeah, the vocals are too close and the sound is too close. But anyways,
this is great, like bubblegum pop.
Yeah. I love the cold as ice cream, but still as sweet.
Yeah.
It's great to have an ice cream lyric because this song is called Sunday Girl. So I wonder.
Oh wow, I didn't think
Sunday.
about that. Like an ice cream sundae.
Yeah. When they say stay at home Sunday Girl, it's like whispered, like intrusive thoughts because her parents are going to be mad at her. Or maybe she's sneaking around them.
Yeah, she's like sneaking out and stuff.
There's a cool 3/4 section.
There is.
It gave me. I wrote down. Feels like a 2000s indie song. You know, I love the aughts, dude.
Yeah, like a 3/4 section. See, they're pulling from this.
Yeah.
Those aughts people.
Yeah. Seriously. And there's a nice like tremolo on the guitar in the back that he just sprinkles in there a couple times, which is gives it a shimmer that I think is nice.
They clap. They have the claps at the end too. I'm like, it's pretty good. This you would think of as being like the height of like a pop song, and then they write "Heart of Glass."
Oh, I know.
Which
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Heart of Glass. Oh wow.
Heart of Glass. I mean,
Wow.
The beginning sounds just like Float On by Modest Mouse.
I wrote down. It feels like
don't.
Yeah.
that's where my LCD sound system noticed. I'm like, this is like an LCD sound system song. Before everything like kicks in. Like on Sound of Silver or like This Is Happening.
Well, of course, they all copied them. So it feels funny for me to be like, this is just like Modest Mouse.
Right.
Well, really,
Yeah.
Modest
Whereas
Mouse
really
is just
Modest
like
Mouse
Blondie.
is
Yeah.
Yeah.
More funny lyrics. Mucho mistrust. That's awesome. Like that is just
Yeah,
so
yeah.
funny. Left
Yeah,
behind.
mucho mistrust.
Mucho mistrust, and it's like said. It's a very core part of the lyrics, and it's the chorus. Oh, and then Once I Had a Love and It Was a Gas soon turned out to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that rhyming is so good.
It's so funny.
And then her more falsetto on this is just perfect.
Yeah.
Like, serves the song so well. This is what everyone's here for, right?
Yes.
Like this,
Yeah.
this is the song that everybody is listening to this album for. Because it was, I mean, this is like on all sorts of top 100 best pop songs.
It's in
of all time
movies.
lists.
It's everywhere.
It's all over the place. You haven't seen the music video?
No.
It's basically just them playing the song.
Cool.
But like they're putting Debbie Harry like
right there.
Right out front. They're like, this is one of the most attractive people to ever live. Do you know she used to be a Playboy bunny before?
No.
Really?
Yeah. Before
Wow.
she was in the band.
Plot twist.
But it makes sense for the time. Like,
good for her for like making her musical career bigger than that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Way bigger. No one even knew that.
No one knows that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's just them like putting her up front and just like completely being like, this is a pop song and we're gonna sell it as a pop song. And yeah, even like once they get to the ooze, they're great.
Mm-hmm.
It all just flows so perfectly on this song. There's not like a false part at all.
I can't tell who has a heart of glass though. Does she have a heart of glass? Does he have a heart of glass? Maybe it's both of them. Because it's Once I Had a Love and It Was a Gas soon turned out had a heart of glass. Like, it's not clear to me who the weak one is here. It must be both of them.
It's got to be because she's like, it seemed like the real thing, but I was so blind.
Yeah.
Then I think if it was like directly stated who had a heart of glass, the song would lose a lot of the mystery. I love the ambiguity of
their relationship. Maybe was the heart of glass. You know.
I love the bass chromatic walk up introing into the chorus. Boom 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 boom.
Yeah, the walk up like serves the song so
oh my god.
Well.
Yeah,
the bass is like sneakily like the thing that is holding this whole song together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's just driving. And that's some like stuff that you're gonna hear later on Daft Punk. And you know, like,
yeah.
I'm Gonna Love You Too.
Dude, anything Buddy Holly, I'm sold. This is what the album needed. Something fast with a nice shredding solo.
Yeah.
2 covers on the album though. It's pretty bold.
2 covers on the album, but we didn't even know the first one was. I didn't know the first.
I didn't know what any of them were. So
this
always
is how
good.
you do a cover though, because I mean, you know, the Buddy Holly original is like it's slower. It's a little more like mellow, and this is like rocked out.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a sick guitar solo, but there's a really cool key change when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
And then you pointed out too, he just kind of and it ends, but there's like 3 more bars of the
he
solo
could have come
section.
Back in slightly, and he just doesn't.
It's so tasteful.
Yeah.
He shredded for a second, showed us what he could do, and he backs off and just lets the song come right back around to the original theme, and it's really cool. I mean, and the tone is great.
Yeah, the song feels so improvised. I mean, I know it's not.
But it
almost seems like at some points when she comes back in with her like it's almost like the song got somewhere and they don't know what else to do. So here she comes in going, like everyone, like in a play, everyone, or musical, like everyone forgot their lines. And so it's time to start singing. Someone has to. But of course, I think they just did a good job.
There's 6 seconds of silence at the end, which is, I always just find fascinating.
Yeah.
Well, because they end the song so like, it's abrupt. It's so cool. It leaves as quickly as it came in. Like it is just done. The drums, I gotta, give it up to Burke for keeping it. That, like, I'm like listening to the song, like my wrists hurt. Live, this would be. This is another one on the album. Like live, I'd be losing.
You bring down the house with this one.
Oh yeah. This would be a good. I think the album should end on this song.
Interesting. I could see that. You start with the cover, you end with the cover, and everything else is original.
Yeah,
That's cool. That's cool.
And then you just bum, and it's just done.
Thank you, we're Blondie.
Because that's how songwriting goes. You start with covers, then you write your songs, and then people cover your songs. So that would be that would make a lot of sense too. But they did what they did, and I'm not going to question it.
I know. See, so wait, so you kind of defend the last song being the last song.
I just think just go away. I love the reminder to just go away.
Yeah,
like I just think that I think they're funny. I think they're making fun of me. I love it.
No cymbal crash.
I know. I love that, dude. Yeah. No, I love this song. I think this is a great song.
It is. This is a good song. I do enjoy this song, especially those backing vocals. Stay away.
And I mean, I said this before, but the lyric, if you talk much louder, you could get an award from the Federal Communications Board. Like,
yeah, she has
That's
a bunch
good.
of like
Yeah.
one-liners in here, just insulting.
Yeah. Yeah, I love
whoever
it.
the subject is. Yeah.
You got a big mouth, and I'm happy to see your foot is firmly entrenched where a molar should be.
Like he's got his foot in his mouth.
Yeah, it's good.
I think that's what she's saying.
Yeah, it is.
Got a fucking loser.
Yeah.
Yeah, those backing vocals are really fun.
Mhm.
And they give us one more like synth and guitar solo.
Yes.
And then she sort of solos with her voice over it at the end too.
It's like soaring. It's nice and above the
it's like-
band.
It is like a one last one. You
Mhm.
know. All right, we'll give you one more. The album's ending. Yeah, Parallel Lines.
Wow. Great album.
Classic.
This is a great pick, Nate, by the way.
Yeah. I think it's got all the Blondie songs I love on it, except for Dreaming.
Oh,
Dreaming's the next album.
Dreaming,
That's
just-
arguably my favorite Blondie song.
Vivian, would you buy this on vinyl?
Yes.
Nate?
I think I would. Yeah.
Cool.
Would you?
No.
Really? It's just not.
I don't know. I just wouldn't have it in my record collection. It's not something I would spin all the time, but
Yeah.
I love the sound. I love like the history of it, the musicianship.
Yeah.
So
I guess I'm just surprised because of how excited you were while we were listening to it.
yeah, I was stoked to hear it. But
Do you think it flows well? I think this flows
Hell
so
yeah.
well.
Hell
this
yeah.
album.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
the last song is the only thing for me is like start with the cover, end with the cover, and then
Right. I would
Just
go
go-
put it somewhere else in the album.
where would you put it?
I don't know, but not at the end.
Maybe after a Pretty Baby?
Maybe like right there towards the end. The album. So this album came out September 8th, 1978, to critical acclaim.
Mhm.
Music historians to this day claim it's one of the albums that paved the way for the sound of the 80s. I mean,
Okay.
and the 80s were only 2 years later, so
Yeah.
it's on a million lists. So I'm not going to list everything, but
Right.
it's number 140 on Rolling Stone's top 500 albums of all time.
It's a big deal.
Last year, it was selected for preservation in the National Recording Registry by the Library of Congress.
Sick.
So cool. It peaked at number 6 on the Billboard 200
Mhm.
and has gone platinum in the U.S. In Canada, it's like quadruple platinum or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fun.
It was released September 8th, 1978. It debuted on the Billboard 200 the week of September 23rd, 1978. It debuted at number 186 that week, but in the top 10 that week, there was Kenny Loggins' Night Watch,
Nice.
A Taste of Honey by Taste of Honey, Commodores' Natural High.
Cool.
Commodores. They've been in the top 10 a couple times when we've done this. The Brothers Johnson with Blam at number 7. The Who with Who Are You at number 6.
Nice.
The soundtrack from the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band movie. Have you guys seen that movie?
No, dude.
It's Peter Frampton and the Bee Gees.
Peter Frampton's in that?
Yeah, and like Aerosmith is in it at one point. They cover a Beatles song and
Oh
stuff.
my
But it's like
God.
this whole like riff on Beatles culture. It's good. Number 4 is the Rolling Stones with Some Girls.
Nice.
Double Vision by Foreigner. That's a big album. At number 3,
Mhm.
Don't Look Back by Boston.
Yes!
At number 2. And at 19 weeks on the chart, and it's still going to be at number 1 for a long time, the soundtrack from Grease is at number 1.
Nice. Love that movie. Wow.
That thing. I was going through the charts, and that thing was huge when it was out. Like, I'm not surprised I know it was, but like, it's still at number 1 on the charts after 19 weeks. It's like kicking ass.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The Stranger by Billy Joel just got moved out of the top 10. It's been on the charts for 51 weeks.
Wow.
Coming soon.
It's just funny. Saturday Night Fever is also, it's in the top 20 along with Grease. So
I've never
it's
seen that. Have you seen that?
Saturday Night Fever. That's an amazing movie. It's so good. John Travolta though is just like everywhere. After Parallel Lines though, they tour like crazy on this, and then and then the next year they put out Eat to the Beat.
I love that name.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then Jared, what's your pick?
Oh, dude. So I picked Alla Loss by Alla Loss. Some little indie band
From LA.
from LA.
So we're doing New York or we're doing LA?
Yep.
Yeah.
Vivian, where are you from?
I'm from LA.
Ah,
Look at that.
Yeah, all the laws They're great.
Do you know? Did you know? What's your relationship with All Lost before today?
They have this like 70s rock revival that I loved as the weird child I was.
Yeah.
They were really like a lot of LA bands at that time, the 2012 kind of time. Like Foxygen. I don't know if you guys
Dude,
know
I
them.
love Foxygen.
Yeah,
oh my god.
They, just had this lo-fi revival sound that sounds like a memory that I always loved. They also played my college campus on our library front steps.
Oh, cool.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
My freshman year. Every year we had this like campus org that somehow remarkably had a pretty big budget and was able, even though we were a public school, to like get a big band to play on our library every spring. Wow. It was awesome. They were sick. So cool.
What year would that have been?
That was 2016.
Okay.
No,
cool.
2017 because it was a spring. Yeah, of my freshman year.
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah, they were really cool, and they were just right there, like on steps. They weren't even on a stage. So
they were doing some cool stuff in 2017 too.
Yeah, really nostalgic kind of stuff. Yeah. It's like, as I said, the album is like one long song in a good way. I think it's supposed to sound like the ocean in a shell, just like the album art. The girl singing with the shell to her ear.
So, All Lost comes out September 18, 2012. It's under Innovative Leisure Records. It's their debut studio album. They follow Worship the Sun in 2014. Garage rock, indie rock, surf rock. There's a lot of people doing shit on this album. We have Spencer Dunham on bass and vocals, Matthew Correa on drums, percussion, and vocals. The layout and design is Matthew Correa?
Yeah.
Correa? Robbie Simon. Lead guitar and vocals, Pedram Ciadation. Lead vocals, rhythm guitar, Miles Micod. Mastered by Kelly Hibbert, mixed by All Lost, Mike McGew. Photography is
for the album artwork?
Yeah. David Hamilton took the photo in 1976.
Oh,
cool.
I did some research about that guy. He is
a perv?
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Yeah, it's really...
That's okay, but wait, so what about the album artwork, though?
Oh, yeah, so it's just this girl holding up, like Vivian was saying, a conch shell, walking on the beach, which is probably in LA.
Yeah.
It fits the vibe of the record really well.
And it was shot in 76?
1976. And they got the rights to it. Like, from the guy. Like, they messaged him and stuff for it.
Wow.
Do you know how old the girl was? There's clearly, like, a girlfriend or ex-girlfriend that the lyrics that they're singing a lot about in this.
Right,
but I'm like, maybe it was a child, but I kind of do see her as maybe the girl he's singing about.
Maybe.
I don't know. It would kind of make sense.
Mm-hmm.
She looks... I mean, she doesn't look old, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, she's probably, like, a teenager, but if we can... separate ourselves from her age. Maybe that to me, she's the girl that maybe he's singing about.
Yeah.
Because like,
she's listening to him.
Because you said
he's in the shell.
It sounds like everything sounds like a memory, which I also like wrote that down too.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, but like maybe like the memory of like, what if we were born in the 70s, right? And this would be the girl I'm singing about. It's really cool and like abstract, right? Right?
It'd be a
really
hot
cool.
new sound.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So maybe they're just all playing pretend with their music.
Aren't we all?
So Matt, Miles, and Spencer, they all grew up in LA and they surf often. Pedram grew up in Salt Lake City and moved to LA when he was 15. They said that the band's visuals, it's inspired from non-musical influences in old surf culture, super vintage surf films, and vintage surf magazines, which is pretty cool. Like, I went on their Instagram and like scrolled all the way to the very beginning, and that feel like that the visuals are just like a consistent like vibe throughout the whole entire time.
Well, they're all surfer dudes.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. Matt Correa and Spencer Dunham, they met Pedram while they were all working together at Amoeba Records.
Huh.
Have you ever been to Amoeba?
No. Yes. There was actually an Amoeba Records right on Telegraph Avenue in Berkeley.
Cool.
I don't know if it's still open though. I used to go there though.
Yeah.
Because Nate, you used to live...
giant factory one, is that where you're...
I don't think so, because there was nothing on that street that could be giant. Like everything was pretty small and kind of, it was like the main...
Yeah.
It was like Main Street in Berkeley.
Yeah, because they had there was like an Amoeba Records that was near the Capitol Records building that I went to one time when I was in LA years ago. And I got a ton of Paul Simon shit there.
Cool.
So I've been to Amoeba twice, but it was at two different locations each time.
I didn't see which one they worked at. It just says Amoeba.
Yeah. They just said that they worked at Amoeba Records together.
So let's see. The band, they came together, like became a group in Spencer's parents' basement, which is where his dad stored all his surfboards. Huge surfboard collection. Just like playing this kind of music around like a surfboard storage room is really cool.
Yeah.
It just adds to the lore of the band. And this was the first like quote unquote real band that any of them had been in. They just like jumped into it, started making music. They're quoted as saying, "We don't have any sense of hierarchy," which is really cool. The next quote after that was, "That's why we get in a lot of fights."
I think it's still like the original lineup, which
cool.
Honestly, this could be the first group that we've covered where the original lineup is still the lineup. This is 4 people, and they have been together,
which is cool.
Yeah. I mean, so they have to get along to a certain degree. They haven't broken up yet, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe they fight and stuff, but they come off really defensive in their interviews. Like, whenever they're talking to people, they just, like...
Of themselves as a group, or of themselves as, like, as individuals?
Yeah, as individuals a little bit, but, like, as a group. There were just, like, a couple things they said in the interviews where it was, like... Where they're like, "Oh, you guys sound like the Yardbirds or the Doors and stuff." And they're like, we reject the notion that we sound like them because...
So LA of them.
And I'm like, it doesn't
Okay, cool. Like, every single guy in LA will say that.
They make this shit at the distillery in Costa Mesa, California. Wherever that is. I don't know. Nate used to live in LA. I've never been, so you guys know.
They might have been the last people to record there because it got shut down right after this was released.
I used to work in Costa Mesa. It's actually not LA. It's Orange County. But really, like a drive away, like an hour away.
I lived in Huntington.
Okay.
So
Orange
County.
Yeah. It's by Irvine. What?
I'm not MAGA.
Fair distinction. But yeah, like they're actually... I finally found it. They're like, the members are from the little parts of LA, like Los Feliz, Mount Washington. I actually used to live in Mount Washington.
Cool.
Venice Beach and Manhattan Beach. It's just...
Manhattan Beach?
Yeah, those are the towns that it said that the members are from. It's just everything that they're saying is like...
Cringy.
This is so where they're from. It's not... So These are nice neighborhoods, yeah. I mean, maybe Los Feliz... is maybe the least nice, and Venice Beach has its moments, but it's still all very, like...
Considering how they record it with the equipment that they use, it makes sense that they come from nicer neighborhoods, right?
Yeah.
The name of the band, I just never even looked it up until this podcast. So they said it's inspired by the, quote, Jesus and Mary chain.
Have you listened to Jesus and the Mary Chain?
Oh, and I didn't even know what that was.
Oh, that's a band, the Jesus and the Mary Chain.
I thought they were just, like, saying stuff.
They have the song... Tastes Like Honey. I don't know. Maybe the name, but they're a great band. They're a really good band.
Yeah.
They opened. I saw them. They opened for 9 Inch Nails.
Wow, cool.
And they kicked ass. Yeah.
Tune in next week for Mary Chain.
Jesus and the Mary Chain. I might put them on next.
That'd be cool.
They're a really good band. Anyways.
Well, they chose to use Allah, which is Arabic for God, because they wanted something, quote, holy sounding. They said they've never realized some might interpret it as trivializing or mocking their religious beliefs. And then they said, "We've had the name so long, I don't think we can change it."
I thought it was creative. I mean, I assumed Allah, but then law.
Yeah. It's cool. I
mean, people will be offended by anything referencing anything religious. I mean,
right.
Yeah. So none of them are Muslim or anything.
I didn't find any information about that.
I mean.
Oh, so the Waterhouse's production aesthetic, it involves a lot of tubes and analog equipment for natural sounds. They wanted to make the sound that they really wanted, which was like a warm analog sound. So they said, we work a lot better in a studio setting with $3,000 microphones from 1953.
Oh, do you?
Jesus. You're gonna get the same result from a Shure mic.
What are they talking about?
They're just playing pretend, guys. And it sounds really awesome. They use some really cool gear on this album. So Pedram, lead guitar, he has a Fender Jaguar. He also plays a mid-60s Murph Squier 12-string guitar, which is really cool. Really fits the vibe of the band. Do y'all have anything to add before we jump into the songs?
Yeah, I guess I'll just say that, like, I love how, like, the lyrics are in the classic, hard to understand, which makes this indie music. Since we can't understand the words, leaves it more up to interpretation. The official lyrics online, I think, get it wrong a lot.
Well, we've talked on here, too, about, like, even if you know the exact lyrics, like they're always technically up to interpretation.
Yeah.
Always.
Like you can always get something different out of a song.
Like, I know we've all gotten on stage and we've sung stuff on stage, and we'll switch it from set to set, or we just make it up because we forget the words.
Matthew said some of his influences going into this were just from growing up were Carole King, Moody Blues, and King Crimson. So those are Matthew's influences. Also, he hadn't played drums before when he started with the band. I mean, that being said,
Sure, man.
the band formed in 2008, and then this album isn't until 2012, so he had time too.
Yeah.
So it's not like on this album he's brand new to drumming, but
You want to jump into it?
yeah.
So, Catamaran.
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 Mm-hmm.
Cool name.
Cool name.
Yeah.
Catamaran.
Yeah, I think like the guitar melody is a great intro to this album. It's gonna sound like a lot of other guitar melodies in this album because it's all one song.
Yeah.
But it really, it's just kind of like, and then you're in there, like it just kind of starts. It just starts really quiet, and you're like, oh, here we are, like a little mice dancing, like the Three Musketeers.
Yeah.
The Three Blind Mice.
The Three Blind Mice.
The Musketeers are human people. And I like the lyric, where the land's mighty rocky, but the river stays flat.
Yeah.
I think the land is his life, and the river is his mind.
Damn, Vivian.
Yeah.
Drop the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool words. There's nothing like, I'm not saying this in like a bad way. There's no like spectacular instrumentation on this album.
No.
Right? There's nothing that's like, oh my god, that guitar player, or oh my god, that drummer.
Yeah.
I think the vocal, the great voice,
Yeah.
great melodies, singing, cool words. So I think this is like a vocal album.
And like you said, it's kind of the same song the whole way through.
Mm-hmm.
It's an opening track that does accomplish what an opening track should do, and it tells you what the album's about to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It sounds like, do you ever listen to Brian Jonestown Massacre?
No.
Their sound is very similar to this song.
Really?
Yeah, you got a constant either shaker or tambourine somewhere in there, and just really light, surfy guitar. Yeah.
Next one is Don't You Forget It.
Shaker forward song.
Most of them are.
Yeah. This one, I think just because of that guitar tone and everything, I'm like zombies,
Yeah, dude.
animals, like right up front.
Yardbirds.
Yeah.
Don't tell this to any of the band members, but very 60s influence.
The shakers. Oh, so that's the ocean sound in the shell that I was hearing.
Cool.
I didn't know that I couldn't put the instrument.
Cool.
To the
The shaker.
Cool.
Yeah. I think this is their most iconic song, honestly.
Don't You Forget It?
Yeah. Like, I sure won't. It's great.
The snare comes in about halfway through, and I think
that's tasteful.
That's enough of like them changing something up in this song to make it stand out a little more, That's
what it is. There's no major change up. Because Blondie, they're doing some really
that is a
drastic
album. Yeah.
Lots of like musical diversity on there, but here it's just like one long memory, one long song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like very different than the other album for this episode. There's a great bass slide in at the beginning. That I like.
Busman's Holiday. Yeah, I thought it was because when I listened to it, I was like, "Oh, we got some like anti-oligarchy government lyrics going on here."
In Busman's.
Yeah.
I mean, busman. Who is it? A bus boy? A guy a bus driver?
Or a table busser?
I think busman is a bus driver, like in England and stuff.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would make sense.
Hey, open to interpretation. Even when the band says that they mean one thing.
They don't even know what they mean sometimes,
No, they're just in there playing music.
But then there's like the lyrics going on with the interpretation. Came home to my own wife, had a different man. That's what it says online everywhere. But I hear as a different man.
Me too.
Yeah.
So I wonder which one's right.
Have you gone to songmeanings.com at all? On there, you'll find people openly just in the comments fighting about what the lyrics are.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I like this song. I wrote down, I love the ride cymbals.
Oh, yeah. The cymbals I like on this
a
lot. The snare sound on this is the opposite of the snare sound I like. It is like the most boxy.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're hitting a piece of cardboard kind of sound. The Strokes' newest album, the adults are talking.
Yeah.
The snare on that is like this solid, like well recorded sound, and this is like feels like the snare was over here and the mic was over here, and they just like got him hitting it.
There's a quote on here somewhere where they were like, the aim of this album was to capture as if like an amateur audio engineer in the 60s happened to capture like a garage band. Like spur of the moment. But this is all like carefully, quote unquote, engineered to sound like that. So who knows? Like, I mean, if any of this is even real, what they're saying.
Yeah. This is where I do like the production of their future albums a little.
Yeah. They have some really good shit going on.
Yeah.
So our next song, Sacred Sands. That's a great ending to that song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like this song. This was not my favorite, but I really like this one more so than the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get that nice, like, the Murph Squire 12-string guitar on here. I wrote down if Khruangbin was born in LA in the 60s.
So funny.
Right?
Very strong ba-ba buzz. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, and then ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah.
That's my takeaway.
It's an instrumental, no words.
Yeah. It's
very catchy.
Yeah, Hit Me is like sort of like a slowed down version of Miserlou by Dick Dale.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah.
They probably listen to some Dick Dale too.
Absolutely.
I think the placement of the song is pretty good too. But it's at this point where I'm like, okay, are they gonna switch it up?
Right. Is this sort of like your interlude to go into something else? I mean, this is like where you like this is the perfect point in the album. You just did an instrumental that kind of sums up the sound we've heard so far. You could take a left turn into something else.
Maybe do like a fast Beach Boys cover or something. But instead what they do is no voodoo.
No voodoo.
Yeah, I think the sung chorus and corresponding guitar are very perfect together in this one.
Yeah.
I like the lyric, I can tell that you need to belong on a shelf. Like she's so quiet and still, but always presentable. That's what I got from that.
Cool.
I like how much you're examining the lyrics.
Thanks. Yeah, I do that a lot.
I don't really look at the lyrics ever.
If I have to read them to understand them, then I, have this.
Like you said, Nate, you pointed out the guitar solo. It's nice. What do you say?
It's a little bit of an escape from, because I mean, at this point in the album, you're a little trapped in this sound. Yeah. And the guitar, the solo is still in the vein of like a surfy rock kind of thing. Yeah. But they're having fun with the solo, and you're getting you're getting away from, vocals, the shaker and the guitar work on this song is pretty good in general. It's just that they're following the same sound.
It's like they're strictly inside this template of like, we won't dare leave this like vintage box.
It's what Vivian was saying earlier. Like, it is one long song.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next song though is
Sandy.
They switched it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pushing the electric guitar a little more to the front of the mix. There's like the slightest little crispy overdrive on it, which is nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Same thing here with the perfect guitar for the chorus. I think.
Yeah.
And good lyrics, allegedly, because we don't know what's completely true here.
Yeah.
Don't think about what you've done, but what you can do. Time flies when you're having fun, but where does it go? And then a little bit later, they repeat that, but then they change it just a little bit. I love when lyricists do that, when they like repeat lyrics and then except for one line that they change. Then they repeat that and then they say, those T's you've left uncrossed are coming back to you, which is great.
Oh, cool.
Very poetic.
It blasts off a little faster than some of the other songs on the album, which is really nice. It ends on an interesting note with them doing the
Finally something different.
Yeah.
That's good. This is a good one. It's okay. Our next song is Ella Navega.
Ella Navega.
This is in my top favorite 500 songs ever.
Yeah, I like it a lot too.
It's so good. It's a nice fade out with the ocean waves behind it.
Yeah. Yeah, this
finally
great.
Something interesting.
I love the Spanish guitar. I feel like I'm on the beach with a marg.
Dude, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I think this song would be great for sync. I know it's just an instrumental, but could be a great some kind of movie soundtrack.
For sure.
Would fit so many different situations.
Yeah. You could have someone doing a beach heist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is the best song on the album.
This has more variety to it.
Yeah. Lots of interesting drum textures. He's switching up the cymbals a lot. It goes from halftime to regular time.
Yeah.
Which is really tasteful in the right spots.
Yeah.
And there's a nice melodic guitar solo through most of it, which is so different than the other guitar lines that they play on the rest of the album.
Yeah, when the electric guitar it cuts in right at the right time.
Yes,
and then it kind of sticks with the song.
It sounds less like a guitar solo and more like a vocal kind of thing. It's just a really melodic and really pretty. Ela navega is Portuguese for she sails.
Oh,
Catamaran. It made me think of Little Joy, the Little Joy.
Right.
Episode.
Yeah, which I haven't put out yet. So.
Oh. Anyways,
no, it'll be out by the time this comes out.
Oh, okay, cool.
In the beginning, when the electric guitar comes in, I just wrote in all caps, "So lush."
Yeah.
Oh, this is one of the first drum beats I learned on the drums.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I love this song. Tell me what's on your mind.
Because I can't find it. This is the first time where a bridge really stood out to me in a way that it's somehow slowed down even more, but it was cool.
I think this song is the most planned out one, maybe.
Yeah.
There's momentum throughout it, changes. While we were listening to the song, I said I think there's an illusion of slowing down just because the instruments cut out.
I wrote down, it sounds like 60s Rolling Stones.
Don't tell them you said that.
I mean, because other stuff is reminding me of the zombies and stuff.
Right,
yeah.
Right.
I'll get more Rolling Stones vibes on this one. Yeah.
I think it's a little more poppy than surfy, rocky. A little bit.
Yeah. A surf LA band wrote a song called Catalina?
I don't know what
Catalina
is.
Island.
Oh.
I went to I had a week-long field trip on Catalina in middle school. It was probably one of my favorite. It was my favorite field trip ever.
How did y'all get there?
Oh, you take a boat and you get seasick, and then you're there, and then there's great snorkeling, awesome snorkeling.
Cool. Wow.
Yeah, just a beautiful beach too.
So the song, do you think it reflects how Catalina is in any way?
I'm sure the Alalas do. I wasn't sure if it was about the island or
you just burned them.
You really did.
Sure, they think so.
I didn't even really mean it that way either. I didn't mean to sound. I wasn't sure if it was about the island or about it's also a girl's name. It could be about a girl, because I think it is definitely about a girl though. Because your perfect vision of the life we had robs my conviction that my love will bring you back, which is honestly probably the best lyric in this album. Because she's clearly she dumped him. And she's but we had great memories. And he's but wait, why can't we make more memories? It's just this disconnect that is so common in breakups and hard to explain, but they summed it up very well.
It's really relatable. Everyone goes through shit like that.
Yeah. So I think it's more about a girl named Catalina.
Okay.
But maybe the island too. Easy to get lost in the great guitar, but the bass hits more.
Yes, dude.
The bass, that's what I was thinking. The bass is really cool on this one.
Pretty decent, dreamy guitar solo in there as well.
This one's got a little bit more of a sad
tone
to it than some of the other songs. So I can feel a little bit of a change into, it's the same style.
The next one is Vis-a-Vis.
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 I changed my mind. This is my favorite one.
Holy moly, this is a good song.
Yeah.
It's a good song.
Yeah, this one's a lot of fun. The lyrics in this are straight up just about thoughts of what could have been.
Yeah. Oh, the lyrics are just heartbreaking. And some things can't be undone, but that doesn't mean it was all just a waste of time. The melody is so good at the end of that line too. All just a waste of time. I kind of liked how the delivery of that.
Yeah.
But more of this nostalgic memory feelings and sounds, I think, the most. If I had to pick one song out of this one long song, this part, song number 8 or whatever this is.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's really cool.
The 12-string solo is so melodic, and it doesn't get old. I can listen to that 3 or 4 times over.
Yeah, it's a really good, because it feels like it could be a vocal melody too.
Right.
And the fact that it's just on a 12-string is it 12-string?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. The fact that it's on a 12-string during the solo portion instead just makes it so much more memorable.
It adds so much. That's such a nice song. It should have come much earlier in the album.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Well, just because it's so hard to get people's attention and keep their attention, especially these days.
Yeah.
I mean, not as bad in 2012. I think it should have been sooner too. Honestly, it kind of would have been a kind of cool as a first track. In my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, you
could
could probably just cut out a good amount of these tracks.
This should have been an EP.
And
I was about to say those words.
Up,
oh my god! Yeah.
But they had too many resources and too much time, too much studio.
Right.
7.5. Okay. What do y'all think?
I think this song is actually lyrically a big turning point in this album. Like, I think it's finally about the hope of finding someone new who loves him for who he is. He's like not hung up anymore.
Mm-hmm.
He's not like, like Debbie or Blondie hanging on the telephone, not hung up anymore.
He says, I would love to have you by my side, but I ain't gonna wait for the morning tide.
Yeah.
He's over. He's done.
Yeah, and then I think at the very end of the song he says, I will love to stay on this ride because you ain't gonna change with the morning tide. And bro is finally healing. Took him 11 songs, as it does, but he's doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for him. There's a lot of heartbreak in here,
definitely
in the lyrics.
Yeah.
So
I don't think the musical part of the album really like showcases that heartbreak at all.
no,
but only the words do, which is it's just interesting.
Yeah, I really liked there's like a strumming guitar in here too, and I'd like to hear it a little more in the mix.
Yeah,
and it's a little too far back.
Our last track is about the listener. I think this song that it's an earworm. I love the guitar.
Yeah.
That's interesting writing. Like I want more of that style of rhythm guitar in there.
Yeah,
because I wouldn't write something like that.
Yeah,
it sticks in my head. I love all the reverb he puts on it.
Yeah.
The bass is killer. I don't know. This is a great song. It should have been sooner.
It may be significant that it's at the end of the album because it's like maybe you're gonna get something more complex on the next album.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, I could see that.
Yeah.
Yes,
I don't know how purposeful that would be, but that's a little bit like, okay, maybe on the next one there will be something that's just a little more like diverse in its songwriting.
Right.
Yeah, and the lyricism again, girl, I'll search this whole world over, trying to find the love that'll stay. I think that, is definitely an echo of 7.5. Like,
yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
After that song, he's acknowledging that it'll take time to find his soulmate or whatever. There is a sick guitar solo at minute 25 seconds, though.
That's like 10 seconds of fuzz.
Well,
yeah.
That's it, as I'm like,
cool.
Draw it out a little more, too.
Yeah.
Because that was such a cool guitar solo. You haven't heard anything like that on the album so far.
I would not buy this on vinyl. I liked it much better when I was younger, though.
Yeah, me too.
The older I get, the less I identify with this album.
Yeah. And that's where, I'm like, I peeked ahead at their other stuff. I'm like, I think I like the production and the sound a little more moving forward.
It's good. They have really original sounds, but it's a decent freshman album. Yeah. You could do worse.
I mean, they toured off of this thing. They got some shit going off of this.
Yeah.
Good for them. What more can you ask for?
I would like hearing it on vinyl, but I don't know if I would own it on vinyl.
I
think it's got that good. I don't want to call this background music, but I think it is really nice to like ambiance kind of thing. It's a little tiring to sit down and listen to it. But a lot of good music is like that. It doesn't have to be super interesting, keeping you guessing all the time.
Exactly.
And I do think, some LA dad would have it on vinyl and I'd hear it somewhere and be like, oh yeah, this is cool on vinyl.
All right. So Billboard. So it came out September 18th, 2012. This will be the week of the 23rd. All right. So number 10, Theater's Evil by Amanda Palmer and the Grand Theft Orchestra.
Oh, Amanda Palmer in the top 10.
I don't know what that is.
Good for her.
9 is Now 43 by various artists.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we had a whole conversation about that already.
That's what I call music.
Number 8 is North by Maxbox 20.
Oh my god.
Matchbox 20?
Yeah.
They're still 2012. They're still hitting I guess so, right? They're still hitting the top 10.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're going to be stoked. Number 7. This one of Nate's favorite bands. Night Visions by Imagine Dragons.
My high school bully loved Imagine Dragons, and I'm like,
really?
You and your forehead so would. She's the biggest forehead. Anyway.
Dude, was that the album that was their debut?
Yeah.
That had that one song on it that made them huge.
Radioactive.
No. Radioactive. No, Radioactive is from that album, but they had that other one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, this is where you.
I don't know.
Bottom to the
bottom to the top.
Anyways, number 6 is La Futura by ZZ Top.
Ooh,
I know, right? Good for them in 2012.
dude.
Their beards are as long as the charts. Next up on number 5, we have Coexist by the XX.
Oh, I remember when that came out. Yeah.
Number 4 is The Carpenter by the Avett Brothers. Tempest by Bob Dylan is number 3.
Wow. In 2012?
Yeah. Our man,
Cool.
dude. Number 3. Number 2 is Tornado by Little Big Town.
Okay.
I barely remember that name, Little Big Town.
You know them, dude.
Yeah, don't they have like one like really cheesy song?
Yes. Number 1 is Away from the World by Dave Matthews Band.
You know, hey, I don't love Dave Matthews, but
Good for them.
yeah, you got a jam band at number 1. Like,
Right.
something's going right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, are these albums in conversation with each other in any way?
I think they have like a great like bickering, right? Like what's the other band? Blondie has this like really nice like deliberate writing of all these really cool segments in each like song by song versus like All Lost is just one really long piece, more or less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
I think All looked to the past when Blondie was looking to the future.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's a really good way.
Because
Definitely.
I thought, I mean, Blondie sounds really 80s to me. I mean, I know it's late 70s,
dude.
so they can relate, you know, early
Right.
80s, late 70s.
Yeah.
And, you know, despite what all of us say about everything, 60s, 70s vibes.
Yeah, vibes. Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, I almost, you know, All is not in the 70s, but sounds like it is, while Blondie is in the 70s, but doesn't sound like it.
Yeah.
So.
That's a really good comparison.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So next week,
Super Fuzz Big Muff by Mudhoney and Fate by Dr. Dog.
Vivian, thank you so much.
Of course.
Yeah,
It's been so
thank
much
you.
fun.
This was so fun. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. And we'll smell you later. Losers. No. Just kidding. Bye.
Okay.